Another thing I love is that you're incorporating, like, this is open to anybody. It's not just for women, which I feel like that has typically been the case. So my husband joined us in our prayer and our practice last night, and I'm just like, I look at him sometimes, and when he's like fully committing to these things, and I'm just so in love, and I'm just like, he's so open to anything, and he approaches everything without judgment, and he's like, what can I learn today? Like, what new experience can I have? And I just don't know a lot of people like that. So when I see him, I'm just like, oh, I love you so much. But I also love that you have this space open to anybody, because I think it can be massively healing for men. And what I guess, like, even like the cards that he pulled last night, which was like kind of playful, and it shows a lot of the wounds that the masculine has with the feminine. I think that's probably a common narrative for a lot of men today, and they might not, like, he was like, I don't know if this is it. And then he pulls this card and like, well, something's here, and he was exploring it, and he's like, yes, that made a lot of sense. So it can be really healing for that polarity, like that energetic polarity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just to like catch people up, like I asked him the question, I was like, do you feel like you have, wounding or trauma from the feminine? And he said, I don't know. And I was just like, what a brave, honest answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to pull cards to sort of like help kick off the session. And it was like, boom, okay, wounding with the feminine. We're like, all right, well, there's our answer. But I've been thinking about this a lot, because I am attracted to very strong women, like my roommate, my best friend, my women's circle. Like I am surrounded by matriarchs, like these outrageously powerful, like liberated, pioneering, full-blown high priestess sex witches. And I feel very lucky that this is my inner circle. I live with Regina Thomashower, aka Mama Gina. Layla Martin is my best friend. I'm friends with Mickey and Radha Agrawal, and like all of them have like created these empires really from nothing and in pretty taboo spaces. And the deeper that we all get into our healing and the more vulnerable we get as friends, it's like we're all starting to realize like how wounded we all are from the masculine. And it's just so fucking cliche. And I'm so angry that it's so cliche, where it's like, ugh. Like really, like really, we were all abused by our fathers, and like really, we just all had to become the masculine because we didn't trust or know how to be held.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like simultaneously so exciting to see what we're creating, but then also like I want for my friends to have that polarity and to be able to do whatever it is that they want and to be held and to surrender.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like because so many women of like mine and possibly your generation, because like we were all doing the best that we could, and yet like men have been taught not to feel their feelings, and men had to be the breadwinners, and it was like go work all the time. And so we have like a whole generation of not that present fathers, right? I'm speaking obviously in gross generalizations right now. Right. But then as a result of that, like if you don't have an emotionally available, healed, integrated masculine figure, then you grow up feeling like I can't trust that. And then you think, well, I have to hold it all myself. Or I'll speak for myself. I grew up feeling like I have to hold it all myself. And if I don't hold it, it will fall apart.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and it's that sense of control, right? And then if you have any sort of trauma on top of that, it exacerbates that of like, well, let me just control everything that I can. And then you don't, and then as you start to date and you're attracting a partner, there's no room for the masculine. And so we've like created, it's like this feminist movement is like not quite it, where women are trying to be like men. We're trying to earn as much money as men, but then in so doing becoming like them to win at a patriarchal game. Then what we've done accidentally is emasculated a whole generation of men, and now there's like no polarity left. And so the actual healthy eros, which is the magnetism of the cosmos, the magnetism of the universe, has now been stifled. And then we do turn to our sexuality, our relationships from this sort of subverted or perverted place. And so it's like, how do we hold the simultaneity of freedom, of equanimity, of equity, while not trying to be like the other side of the pole, whatever side that you're on. And that is irrespective of gender identity or sexual orientation, right? Like, because we all have that internal polarity. We all have that masculine and feminine. And so like I'm going to be a different person in relationship with you than I would be in relationship with my mom or with my boyfriend or with my son. Like there are different parts of me that get turned up or down to be in balance or to be in polarity with whoever it is that I'm relating to. And so if we, from a trauma response or from conditioning have had to sort of like fix ourselves in one state, or we don't have the ability to be adaptable or soften, then we're actually decreasing the amount of people that we can be in healthy relationships with.